Yo, remember how I was raving about the Komodo's wireless function in conjunction with the Red Control app last month? So actually HoloLens sent me their wireless video transmission system called Mars 400S, and it got me curious, and I wondered, how does that professional video transmission system stack up against the wireless capabilities of the Komodo? So let's pit them against each other in the 3 testing areas of distance, latency, and ease of use. And at this point you might ask yourself, is he using his Red Komodo as a vlogging camera? Damn right I am. And you see more on this in a future video, but now let's talk about Mars. Alright, let's do a quick spec check of the Mars 400S, which is an entry-level video transmission system. You can transmit a 1080p signal at 60 frames per second, including the audio. The S version has actually an HDMI and SDI port, so if you have a camera like the Komodo that only has an SDI out, that's what you want to pick up. In the package you get 5 antennas, so if you fancy losing one, off you go. What's really dope about the HoloLens system is that you can download an app and it allows you to connect up to 4 devices via Wi-Fi with the transmitter, so we're gonna throw this into our test as well. Since the system has been on the market for a while, you see it actually going on sale regularly, and I've seen the latest price was $439 at Adorama, which is an absolute steal for a video transmission system. So with the specs out of the way, let's jump into our unscientific but very grounded in reality tests. Alright, it's officially almost winter. It's definitely fall in Chicago and we're now outside here, and I brought my buddy Greg. Hello! He just turned 40, so say happy birthday in the comments. And here is the setup, what we're gonna do. So we have our transmitter station, which is the Komodo with the Mars 400S stationary here on this field. And then we have Greg walking with this magnificent contraption between my Ninja 5 with the Mars 400S back up, as well as the iPad. And Greg will slowly back up, and then we will get the drone up to do a scientific measurement of how far we can get, like when the signal is crapping out, like how far we can get the distance between the camera. And as a measuring unit, we're gonna use a male in his 30s, 6 feet tall with shoes on. But I will lay in front of the camera so that we can then measure very, very accurately at what point the signal craps out. To monitor Greg's walking skills, as well as to have an eye on the monitors and see when they crap out, we're gonna have...
And to protect my head from walking backwards.
Yeah, we're gonna, who knows what could happen. We're gonna have this amazing contraption here for Greg to walk around with and be protected, and we're gonna monitor this on the GoPro as well. And additionally, to indicate when the signal craps out on one or the other monitors, we're gonna have Greg do an amazing dance so that it's visible up from the drone as well, like so.
I didn't know I signed up for this.
Well, you did. All right, you ready?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so it's from here to that goalpost over there. It's 400 feet. Let's see if we get there. Let's get the drone up in the sky and let's get Greg going, right? All right,
here we go.
What's the signal like?
It's okay. Oh man, these dogs are gonna wonder what's coming with this drone. Oh, second base.
Uh-oh. Still good? Okay, so now I gotta fly out a little. I'm here, Greg's there, and let's lay down here for the measurement.
Scientific measurement right there.
We will measure this in post after the fact, but let's see how far the Mars 400S goes, supposedly to the goalpost over there, but let's see. Let's go.
Here we go. Hello.
Oh, let's see. Oh, he's picking up speed here.
Hey, where's that goalpost?
So we may
there
actually get, oh, he's adjusting his direction because he lost it a little bit.
Signal's still looking good.
Sorry for the crappy drone flying. I'm like multitasking. Are we still good? I told him to keep walking if we're still good. Are we still good? We're still good?
Still good.
Keep going. All right, he keeps going. Let's go and see how much further he can go. This is already 400 feet, so let's see if he can go even further.
Joey's about to walk me into a major street here, just to prove a point.
I mean, like, there's no obstacles in front of us. He keeps going. Let's see where he goes.
Try not to get hit. Joey does not offer the best health insurance.
He's not dancing yet. He's not dancing yet.
Oh boy.
He is crossing the street.
Cars, bikers, everyone wondering what I'm doing.
Even with traffic in between.
Signal's still looking good though. No one wants to stop for me. There we go. There we go. Thank you.
See, here we go.
Okay.
He is still...
okay, there we go.
Keep going. Let's see where we are going here. So we will measure the distance likely after the fact. Where is Greg? I think I see him. Maybe the signal crapped out over there, but he is coming back. He is running now. He is running.
The signal is strong with this one.
He is running as if he's on a mission, but let's see if it ever crapped out or if it is actually so good that it can... Oh, he is getting attacked by dogs now. He is getting attacked by dogs now. I think he survived. Let's see what he reports back. Was it still fine?
It crapped out like across the street and just up the block.
Wow. Because I tried following you, but there was this big tree in the way and I couldn't see you.
No, like I got this way and then I went up like another like 50 or so feet. Yeah.
So that's impressive. I mean, that's definitely further than 400 feet or 66 meters. So I couldn't measure it as I intended to, but I guess we will use Google Maps to figure it out. But let's go inside back into the studio to do that. Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome, buddy.
At this stage, a really quick thank you to our sponsor of this video, and that's you. What a surprise. No, really, I want to thank you because you really make these videos possible, because you fuel my enthusiasm with your engagement, and I really appreciate this. I said it before, these are very weird times, and engaging with you on this channel and on Instagram is really like a beacon of joy for me, so thank you so much. And if you're new here, there's a lot of Komodo content on my channel, and if you enjoy it, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell because not much more is coming. End of sponsor segment. Alright, so let's do our distance test debrief and start by seeing how the Red Control, Red Komodo combination fared in its distance test. So here's the drone shot, and actually Greg missed when the Red Control app lost its signal with the camera. I think he was still shaken by his little stumble over the second base, happens to the best. And so he started dancing a little further back. But looking at the footage, the app disconnected right around here, right where the grass begins. Now, disregarding the distortion of the drone camera, let's cut out my body on the ground here, clone it a couple of times and build a little bit of a chain of little me's here. All right, here we are. The Komodo, The Komodo wireless control gets you 22 me's, which is equivalent of 132 feet, which is about 40 meters. Cool. Now you've seen that the 400S went significantly further, so let's use Google Maps to triangulate the distance between the camera and Greg's second dance position. Actually, before you do this, let's see how accurate our human scale was. And oh wow, 130 feet. That's just like 2 feet short of like what we estimated. That's pretty darn close. And now for the Hollyland, this is roughly where I estimated his dance position, and we're netting out at 670 feet. Wow. 670 feet, that's legit. Will you ever push it that far? Will I ever push it that far? Probably not, but very good to know. Now I also did a quick interior test to see how the Komodo Wi-Fi and the Mars Wi-Fi and the Mars's video transmission holds up in indoor situation. And I just walked with this contraption to my trash chute. And no surprise here, the Komodo's 2.4 gigahertz signal broke first, followed by the Hollyland Wi-Fi signal, and no surprise that the Hollyland system itself got us the furthest. But let's set up for the latency test now. So I've tested the latency of the Red Control app before, and you can check out the video up here, but it was ridiculously short. So let's see how it matches up against the Mars 400S that's plugged in here right into the Shogun Inferno, as well as HoloLens app that is running here on this phone. The Mars 400S actually has 3 different transmission modes: image, speed, and balance. I'm going to show you the speed one, but also blend in the numbers for both the other modes as well. As we're shooting on a 24 frames per second timeline, each frame is about 41.6 milliseconds long. So let's do our clap test. So from the live preview, it appears to me that the Red Control has a way lower latency compared to the Mars system, both on Wi-Fi and the receiver unit. But let's rewatch it in slow motion and get a rough estimate of the delay here. And now you see that the Red Control has a significantly lower latency than the Mars system, which is very impressive. So with ease of use, I not only mean how easy it is to navigate the menu systems and have it up and running, because it's fairly similar. You need to log into a couple of Wi-Fi networks and so on and so forth, but also what it takes to set it up and lug around. For me, the baseline is really the Red Control app, because yes, while the signal is not as strong and doesn't go as far and is not as reliable as the HoloLens system, it also doesn't take a lot to set it up. And above all, you can control your whole freaking camera with this app, so you're pulling it up likely anyways, even when you're using a video transmission system. Next up would be just using the HoloView app, because you only need the transmitter for that and a phone and an iPad, but it comes with some really cool functions. So let me show you. You can, for example, screen record, like if you want to have someone rehearse and you're just gonna quickly record it here and show it back. You have all kinds of exposure tools, histogram, waveform monitor, zebras. You can apply 3D LUTs. And yes, the most complex build would be the full Mars 400S with a transmitter and receiver. It gives you a beautiful 1080p image over such a long distance, but you would have to consider carrying extra weight and extra batteries with you. One additional aspect that you want to keep in mind is that these have actually fans built in, and they have like a little humming noise. Unlikely that it's going to bother you, but something to keep in mind as you're building out your rig. All this begs the question, when would I use the HoloLens, or when would I use Red Control? Up next. Now, let's be real. The purpose of such image transmission system is when you are working with a crew. Let's say you have an AC and focus puller and they want to monitor remotely, or you have a director and or client and you don't want them to breathe in your ear constantly, especially not in these times. For run and gun shooters like myself that are out and about, such system is slightly more cumbersome than it actually adds benefit. So when would you use Red Control over a video transmission system? I would say when you fly it solo on a gimbal. If you're shooting yourself and you just want to monitor yourself, it's, I think, totally fine to use that app. If you're close by the camera, let's say you're shooting an interview and you're like in the same room, I think it's legitimately good enough to leverage it like that. And when you're on travel and you need a small package and you don't want to carry them out, an extra monitor and transmission system. So on the other side, when you use a video transmission system, definitely in most bigger productions, when you need a reliable signal that goes over far distance, when you have a director or a client, it's just like such a better experience. And also if you need an audio signal, that's definitely an advantage of the Mars 400S compared to Red Control. There you have it. In conclusion, if you are in market for a HDMI SDI video transmission system that doesn't break the bank, dang, I think you found one here. I was going in skeptically and I'm thoroughly impressed by it. Will I use it as a single shooter? Possibly not. The low latency and control functions of the Red Control app definitely trump for me the distance and reliability advantages. Alright, so what's next? A lot. I've been constantly working on videos and there will be so many more coming in the next couple of weeks and months. They are in various stages of productions. I'm super stoked about it. Hope you are excited. If you're new and curious, consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell. If you enjoyed this video, also please hit that like button. It lets YouTube know that's cool stuff, what's going on here. And if you are curious about like some behind the scenes footage or gear pictures, check out my Instagram, Real Joey Helms. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a good morning, have a good night wherever and wherever you are around this beautiful planet. Bye bye.
Oops. I go up, second base.
Glad it's the hydrogen phone. This is similarly robustly built as the Komodo or the Red cameras. Awesome. Well, that was fun. Thanks for doing that.